So, brothers?
Good evening, guys. Let me know if you hear me. Turn this shit down. Yo, Cave, can you hear me now? Loud and clear. Excellent. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I haven't been on a live stream. I am actually going. Let me know if the music is too loud. Let me turn this thing down, man. If the music ain't loud, we're going to continue. Anyway, guys, a lot happening in the market. I'm starting to see a lot of micro caps just literally just flying off. And yeah, alt season, mini alt season, macro picture. And we want to talk about this dog. One of the reasons I came onto the live tonight was to really talk about this dog. And you all know what the dog is. But is there a lot of fight left in this dog? And where can it go? And we want to talk about startup as well. What the F is startup all about, guys? Is there any opportunities for us? Like I said, I'm going to be here very quickly tonight. But I thought the community deserved a Friday night chill. Patu in the building, of course, Caveman in the building. Shout out to you, my brothers. Definitely Caveman. We'll get on a call. Aria flying. We'll take a look at Aria as well. Good to see you too, brother. All looking good. But listen, this is an unscheduled live stream, and I think we need to talk about a couple of things because I think when there's an opportunity, it's better to connect on a live stream. And as such, the first place I'm going to start off with is COCORO. What is COCORO? What's happening? What is the expectation from my side? What am I seeing in terms of a golden opportunity to enter something that I genuinely believe is quite an opportunity at $15 million market cap? Now, of course, this is the chart of COCORO. There has been a lot of debate. There's a version of this on base, and everyone's just talking about this, right? So typically what happens is when a coin has a rival, in this case, there's a version of this on base. So what they've done is they just started to flood complaints against this particular project. But what's quite remarkable is the consistent support by basically SHIB devs and SHIB community, which is huge, right? Take a look at this, right? So, again, few of us in our VIP Discord have been doing forensic work, and big up to my brother who obviously is a whale here who alerted me. I've been posting this as a micro cap in the community. But what you have 2 hours ago, the SHIB token, by the way, who follows very few people. So first of all, in order to understand this opportunity, we need to really understand where SHIB is in the history of cryptocurrencies. So you've got the original and everything. So you got the original, of course, you've got digital gold. At one point, XRP was the largest cryptocurrency in the world. That's why XRP has an XRP army. Shiba Inu was the first meme coin after Doge to transcend across the age gaps, the cultural gaps. It is really the first one that people started to talk about, of course, after Dogecoin in 2020, grandmothers, 2021, granddads. So SHIB don't really follow a lot of people, and SHIB had their own kind of like ecosystem for many years. They don't promote meme coins. They had the Bone, Shiba Swap, and all of these things, but it was really just neither here or there. But when something like SHIB and their devs and their official account that hardly follows anyone comes, supports them again openly, welcome back. Nothing can stop the dark Shiba. So now they're calling this the dark Shiba, right? And you're sitting there debating, or DXP, you're sharing this at $1 million, at the 5 million, at the 12 million, as a 15, 16 million. Do you realize how powerful the opportunity is? Many people in crypto stay broke because they are either afraid to buy into something and hold, or the one coin they sell normally tends to skyrocket. I get plenty of messages about LOFI. We just cleared a 10x from the lows. Congratulations, everyone. We're going to do 20x very shortly on Toshi. So you can actually win in this in these meme coins, actually sometimes faster than anything else you could imagine. But they'll also come down a lot harder than you expect. So their account gets suspended. People are messaging me right, left, and center saying, "Oh, it's a scam coin." No, you have to understand how Twitter works. If enough bots or people start to make certain complaints, of course you're gonna get a strike, right? So that's what happened. But of course, as soon as they came back, the big dog giving props to COCORO. That was their response. You still don't have a bag. Don't fade your chance for 100x. This puppy is programmed for billions, right? And then they obviously said, they tagged Doge, Nero, SHIB, and ETH. ETH is the play. ETH is the liquidity of crypto, right? And Shiba Inu, of course, is not only historical, and of course, you've got whales, exchange links, all of that. Not financial advice, but, if it smells like a 10x, looks like a 10x, possibly in this case, they're saying it's a potential 100x here, but, that would be $1.5 billion market cap. Now, of course, if you see a 50x on this, the chances are you'd be a fool. A lot of people want to have the nerve to hold it, but all the signs are there. All we can do is bring out the facts, really, really state one of the reasons as a not only as a creator, but as somebody who runs a community. One of the things I get as a feedback most of the time is people are not either looking into the narratives or buying what they're supposed to buy, or they sell too early, right? They sell too early because what you're doing throughout the day is constantly gathering information. You are consistently researching, and it can be sometimes crazy, like too much research is not the best. Do a short list, look into it. And once you buy something, once you feel like there's blood on the streets, the opportunities here, look, opportunity, another opportunity here, another one here, another one here, another one today. This went from $11 million market cap to, whatever it is right now. And it's still very tiny, sub $20 million market cap. So their stuff will go down as legendary, but I wanted to do this live stream really to genuinely make people understand not everything is a scam. Crypto, you can't trust crypto, of course. Anything can go to zero, let alone meme coins. But stop making these bad habits. Stop overthinking. Stop over-researching. Do a short list. That's when you research, right? Have you ever had some money and if you ever felt like this, smash a like. So you got some money, you've been waiting to DCA, And then all of a sudden you sit on your hands thinking, shit, man, I don't know what to buy. That's because you don't have a plan. It's a more of a fundamental. It happens to me too sometimes. I prepare like a 5K or, 1K or $500 entry, whatever it might be, 20K. And then I sit there thinking, what do I have the most conviction in? Maybe in the past, I would have just maybe bought some stuff, sold it again, lose conviction when I wake up in the morning thinking, oh man, this ain't going to do it for me. But this community deserves to make some very good money. And I can't for the life of me think why you would fade. At least take a position. It could be $1,000. It could be $500. It could be, $200, whatever it might be, whatever you can afford. You know yourself, of course. Don't spend the milk money and don't starve the kids. But honestly, this particular token does deserve a live stream purely because of the fact that I recognize the opportunity. Now, we've done this with Toshi, we've done this with LOFI, and look at what they've done, right? So there are other opportunities as well. We've been looking at a few meme coins. And the next token I wanted to talk about is Startup. Now, my buy alert for this, right? So I've been monitoring this since 8, 9 million, 7 million. Of course, you do the research and ultimately posted it into the community. And I did say very clearly, do not FOMO. Why? Because one of the fart coin whales was heavily shilling this. But it is a meta that should it pull back, full disclosure, I don't have a position in this, right? Startup on Sol, there's this whole entire narrative. Of course, the crypto banter and those guys have been shilling launch coin. You don't want to look into that. What you want to do is you want to see something like this and wait for the dip. Now, again, my post, which I don't have here in the Discord, was absolutely spot on. Relatively early, very, very good volume. Okay. 24-hour volumes is excellent, right? So what you got to do is you got to wait for these entries like this dip here, right? Let the market cap pull back. Try to learn how to switch between price and market cap. Quite simple, right? Can flick it through here. And yeah, just wait for a position. But the meta is real. They don't have a website. They don't have any, they don't have anything. The potential to any potential investors, our latest pitch deck. And if you look at this, I mean, this is the insanity that is the Altseason, right? The product is the market cap. Series B target raise $250 million. Basically, they were trying to hit $250 million in market cap. Okay. And yeah, liquidity burn. We're building, we aren't building a software. We are building Believe. Believe is getting priced fast. Up and to the right. It isn't a meme. It's a mechanism, right? I think there's a room for stability like this to go mental. A crypto asset backed by one mission: market cap expansion, fueled by attention, sustained by reflexivity. We've basically turned performance into a product. 250 million market cap in 2 days. Of course, they can't do that. 5,000 plus holders, virality, more than 50 million in trading volume. That is true. Fastest growing startup on Solana. So it is the meta, right? It is the meta. But like I said, do not FOMO. Of course, there's bigger things to look at within the entire cryptocurrency space. But yeah, this is why I wanted to come on here, guys, and literally talk about this. And so yeah, let's see who's here. yeah, it ain't hard to get suspended. Bro said, any concerns? I think, look, the typical concerns are whenever you get something like this, right? So typically, we buy meme coins sometimes with nothing behind them, right? But if I can invest in something that has an equal chance of failure, but more chance of success, then I think this ticks all the boxes, right? So for that reason, I think, yeah, you're 100% right, bro. Like, of course, it's a meme coin. You know, you can't, there's no guarantees. But yeah, that my only concern is basically market dynamics and the typical anything can go wrong. Yeah, what's good, Peter? How are you, brother? Good thing you had held Reploy, bro. Reploy. It was well, let's look at Reploy. This thing was like Rye. It's an example of what happens in crypto, right? Like, $15 million market cap, 158. Money has been returned, profit has been made, and of course, this is basically more than our entry at 128 when it first came out. When we rode that all the way, we did $15, took significant profits, but yeah, big facts, bro. Let's hear about it. I mean, to be honest, so look, this particular run of Reploy made us significant amounts of money, right? Because if you look at this, right, this thing was like we got into this thing price. Let me switch it to price. I'll show you. Yeah, we got this, 120, 128, 126, something like that. But anyway, it absolutely ripped within a short space of time. Then obviously, whatever happened. They literally crashed this, and now it's back to respectable levels. Great stuff. Yeah, let's Reploy. Let's talk about it. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, again, the market here was the buying opportunity. I could give you another example here of something that absolutely fell off, and now obviously listed on Kraken, and that's LOFI, right? You couldn't sell it to anyone at these levels. I mean, this thing was at 67% of a penny, man. For crying out loud. It came all the way. And look how long it stayed here. It wasn't like 1 or 2 days. It was literally the bottom of the barrel for days on days. So sometimes, in the case of Reploy here, which is probably a lot harder than holding LOFI, because LOFI had a lot of the ingredients, a lot of the minerals, I'll say. No liquidity on COCORO. No, it's got decent liquidity. Balance pick on CETUS. Sui got CETUS already DCA'd into Navi slowly at the moment. Well, let's have a look at Sui. So, Sui ecosystem, guys. Sui absolutely smashed it. Did a video today. Did all-time high in stablecoin TVL. Yeah, pulling back a little bit, which is absolutely fine. And then, of course, you've got Sui Second largest token there is Walrus at $850 million market cap. Then you got Deepbook. CETUS now still very small compared to where Sui is. So that's a good pick. And then, of course, you've got LOFI right now on the heels of Mu. So LOFI really is going to take over. And I've always maintained that this is going to be the #1 meme coin on the Sui network. It has to be. NFTs, charities, great lead dev, founder, the whole lot, close to Miston Labs. Then you got Navi Protocol. Now, the reason why Navi is doing bits is because of they started to actually do Bitcoin on the blockchain through Stacks integration. So yeah, that's also very solid. I'm glad you DCA'd into that one. Still relatively small, $40 million market cap. Volume's gone up slightly as well. Not bad at all for Navi Protocol. Then Sudang is always, got good volume. And then in terms of the others, one that's actually lagging slightly is Bluefin. And I think Bluefin will wake up with a narrative. Of course, then you've got Scallop here. Now, somebody was asking me in the comments today what my thoughts were into adding more Scallop. I mean, this is 2x, from 7 million, 6 million when I was triggering the buy alerts to nearly 18 million. Still relatively small. Again, market cap to TVL is incredible. And then lately, Blub had a nice little run. So if you would have bought Blub actually was sitting around $1 million market cap a couple of weeks ago. And then the one that has the least volume, but obviously a claim to becoming a Sui OG is FUD, right? Right now, 590K volume. So not a lot, right? But that's more than Blub, which has moved up significantly, 45%, right? But if you look at FUD, FUD has more volume than Blub, but look at the market cap. This is arguably this should be second technically to LOFI, in my opinion. And then I gave you a gem last week, a gem that never actually goes down, and that's FlowX Finance. And the interesting thing here is the market cap to TVL range. So you can see here, we bought this nicely. It's up only, but look, $4 million market cap, and of course, 6 million, 8 million in TVL, right? Now that's a gem, in my opinion, because the TVL is way greater. I think I shared this around $1.7 million market cap. I can't remember now. But that is obviously not on any exchanges. The only way to buy this is through FlowX Finance, right? And there are obviously other gems as well in the Sui ecosystem. You can't take your eyes off it. I mean, I sit here every day researching Sui because we found absolute bangers. I think things like Agent Sui, this is absolute garbage, probably rugged. So stay away from that. And today we talked about crypto gaming a little bit with the with Apple iOS allowing Fortnite. So yeah, Times is literally hasn't done anything. But if gaming on Sui moves, expect Times to take off big time over there. So yeah, this is a very good place to buy your cats and dogs. Of course, there's again, just like Solana, there's the, you could get rugged. So, the meme coins and the low caps, you got to do your research properly. But yeah, if I was buying a Sui projects, I would still DCA into the likes of CETUS, LOFI, Navi. Sui Lens is an interesting one. The TVL is on par for par that of Navi, right? These are the two competitors. I do like Navi better slightly, but it's also Suilen could do something. Bluefin, I've been buying and accumulating, and of course, Scallop, we've been in it since microcap. But yeah, good stuff, bro. Keep farming. Cave said he's doing the $100 to the 1 million challenge. If anybody can do it, it's you, bro. Yeah, look, Turbo's Finance. I do hold a bag of Turbo's Finance. Now, the thing about Turbo's Finance, right? This was sitting at $1.3 million in the recent dip. Has come up slightly, of course. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. You know, like honestly, it hasn't performed really well. I mean, it's got Bybit, it's got very good exchanges, uh, and most of that volume goes through Bybit, and of course directly with CETUS. But yeah, they just need more exchange listings, to be honest. But Bybit is very, very decent. But look at the depth right now. Not enough volume. Most of the volume is coming from turbos directly, but not bad at all. Yeah, the thing with Tardy, look, we did make some good money on Tardy in that first run. Now, there was somebody in the comments that was saying to me that Carl Chasse still holds his Tardy bag. As a meme, I have nothing against it. It's pretty tidy. Side looks very good, of course. But again, you know, I mean, look at this. You know, in terms of as far as memes are concerned, I mean, it's a pretty decent page for Tardy, right? Pretty decent, man. The only thing is, you know, the whales obviously dumped it. Everything went to shit. And yeah, it may still offer an outsider's chance of pumping. But that first rally, I did personally print very nicely with Tardy. Yeah. All right, there's something we haven't spoken about. Yeah, so sorry, bro. Yeah, turbos is good. There's a lot of fear now, generally in crypto, right? This news kind of went viral this week. So anyway, this was kind of like this was ugly scenes, man, over there in France. So France is shocked by a string of crypto-related kidnappings, and frightening images of prominent French crypto boss's daughter being attacked in Paris during a botched kidnapping. Crypto executive Alexandra Omonino finds solace in the changes that has been made or he has made to his daily routine. To stay safe, the 23-year-old co-founder of crypto compliance software avoids public transport, skips industry get-togethers, and varies his drive home. I mean, this is absolutely shocking scenes of epic proportions. But I think it's you know, if you're in crypto and you're not in a safe place, God help you, man. These fucking scumbags tried to kidnap his daughter, and of course, it was all caught on camera. Back in January, the co-founder of Ledger, co-founder of French crypto company Ledger, and his wife were kidnapped. While in May, a father of crypto company head was snatched. All were rescued. Both men lost their fingers. Oh man, Patu, let me tell you something, bro. It is absolutely dreadful, but I think it's if I'm honest, man, I think it's a Western problem because obviously you've got to have zero tolerance in crime. You know, I'm from London, and London's London, Paris, it doesn't matter, bro. Like it's absolutely disgusting. Last summer when I was in London, I think there were 200 phones being snatched every single day. So you got to be extra. Yeah, you got to take precautions, man. Especially when these fuckers are targeting your family. You know what I mean? It is absolutely horrific. I mean, anyone who saw this video would understand. And what I would say is, don't tell people that you invest or you're in crypto. Don't do that at all. I got a very good question here. Brother is asking me about one of my favorite sleeping giants, and I'm happy to oblige. Let's talk about this real quick. Arweave. So let's talk about Arweave, guys. Arweave, is it good time? Is it good time to buy Arweave? And my answer is absolutely yes. Arweave is one of these cryptocurrencies that will have an explosion. So accumulation and keeping your average price down can actually happen in periods like this. It's at bear market lows, right? It came all the way back to these levels. Absolute, this was, this still is a generational buy in my opinion, but it came down to 560. The last time it was at these levels, I mean, anything, something like this, I'd give myself a target and I'd say, look, I'm happy to DCA under $10. Takes the pressure off, really. That's my honest answer is this is a very good buy. Tokenomics alone just make it so much more better than many other cryptocurrency projects. Of course, they've got the permaweb. Arweave is also introduced a supercomputer AO. AO will have people building on it over time. I mean, AO has scarcity as well, 21 million. And these are basically minted. And it's at what, $50 million market cap for a supercomputer project that sits on top of Arweave. So it looks like they're building something quite special. And I think Sam Williams is an absolute incredible brain. He is intellectually superior to 99.9999% of all those founders who have no idea what they're building, just a money grab. So yeah, bro, it's a very good time. Why? Because the all-time high for this was like $90. And at $7.53, $75 will be your 10x. And the market cap really is only at $500 million, $494 million. So 10x there, $5 billion, and you're good. So yeah, Arweave for me it's not the sexiest of narratives in terms of like people thinking of storage, but there's a lot more to this than obviously meets the eye. Follow them on X, follow their updates. You definitely will not be disappointed. The likes of Meta use this technology anyway. So yeah, and I did release a very good Arweave video during the week, just listening to Sam Williams really, and how he sees crypto, especially with AO coming on board. So yeah, as far as like relatively decent 10x's are concerned, as at a minimum, I think this is good for it. UK is much safer than France, but the same story. Yeah, Europe is cooked, and more often than not, they'll blame the migrants. But it's not the migrants who are in charge of the country. It is the law. It's the law of being relaxed about this or that. In my opinion, myself, being born and bred in London, being raised in the West, I can tell you the difference living out here. You can blame any particular group for any particular crime. But how comes we don't have those same problems over here? In my opinion, it's an inherently futile problem with democracy. I'm not just a crypto gem hunter here talking about crypto. I like to think of things deeper than what some people would look at. And, in the history of time, people always blame the difference, whether it's color, race, religion, or immigration. But it ain't that. It's the men and women in uniform and the powers that be who allow such degradation of the moral compass of a society, right? Vince here is saying, look, migrants, question mark. That's exactly my point. You got to look after your street, then you got to look after your neighborhood, then you got to look after your city, your region, your country, right? And so, yeah, it is a complex problem, but I have a different thesis on it. So you have an aging population. So the first thing people require is migrant workers to do the work, to do the dirty work. And then, of course, you've got the degradation of moral and societal rules, right? Police in London, there's knife attacks, phone snatching. And now, one day I was in London with my wife, right? And we went into a Tesco's. Somebody came in, decided to take half of the shelves. And I looked at security. I thought, what are you going to do about this? At least, dial the cops, or I don't know. Why are you a security? He goes, now we've been told not to intervene. Bruv, over here, you getting your hands chopped. Study said, take trades, man. Take trades, man. How much did you make till now doing these things? What are you talking about? So look, you're talking about trading. Name me a couple of trading billionaires, and I'll give you an answer. People are triggered, man. The guy thinks I'm in crypto and I don't trade. Of course I trade. Add the tax on top of that, and of course it is absolutely mental. Yeah, I agree with you. What's this guy on about? Brother, what are you? Is this guy talking to me, man? What's this guy saying? Please reply, man. Take trades, man. How much did you make till now doing these things? Brother, you're talking to a yeah, we'll keep it moving. Vince said, here in the US, gangs from other countries take over the apartments and collect rent, and extortion was allowed under Biden. Yeah, I think, look, the US is a different, I still believe, you still have harsh policing, right? You still shoot people on the streets. I mean, Europe is mostly low testosterone, no bullets. And let people clear out. I mean, I was actually in I was in LA back in 2022. And again, I was at the Beverly Center, and then there was an Apple store I happened to be in. Some people came and started to clear the shop. No one said anything to them. So yeah, we have to question we have to really question how we wanna bring up our children and how safe we want to be, man. But yeah, it is a complex game. Only way to freedom is crypto, and do not F it up. Absolutely, bro. Beautiful, beautiful, Patu. It is absolutely a form of financial freedom, unlike anything else, that we can do for a 9 to 5, or at least put our energy in and don't F it up. Get get that exit. Your first, you don't have to make $1 million in your first run. Make $250,000, $500,000, 700K. It doesn't matter what it is, but take that into a real world asset, a business, and get a passive income from your business, of course, and then continue to double in this game. Because again, you can 10x your money, 5x your money, and continue to have either a regular job. I know a brother who's been in my group who's just cleared his mortgage. I know another guy who hasn't hit his targets, but what he's done is he's actually taken an extra job. So over the dips, he's been buying to bring down his average and make new entries. And now he's winning. I know guys that are still stuck, but their time will come because they are in the investment game. That's a half of the battle there. Their Altseason becomes very irrational. Projects with no teams, no founders, no builders, haven't been around for ages, move up 40% in days consecutively. It is a super weird experience, but it won't last long. It'd be, 2 weeks to a month maximum, where you just have a consistent gains over the days. And we haven't seen that yet. We're starting to see bits of Bitcoin dominance drop in, but we haven't seen that yet. Guys, subscribe to the channel, please. I'm going to make this subscriber only comments. If you don't mind, there is a feature. I'm going to activate that because I do believe we should have a community rather than just randomness. Wow, in Belta, I hope you're well. Yeah, the Netherlands actually was not bad compared to Amsterdam is not bad compared to London, of course. But yeah, Vince said here, but good to see you in Belta. Vince said it's an agenda. Yeah, absolutely. I also have this theory. Honestly, in order for the elite to continuously push in the agenda, they would have to make this kind of like all the divisions that like race, religion, culture. But really, we are all the biggest difference really is the economics. Most poor people have something in common. They have an addiction. They are overworked. They don't have financial literacy. They're struggling to keep up it's all these things that they give us that unite the people. That's why music is such a powerful thing, because it brings people together, right? But yeah, bro, much love to you, brother. Yo, brother, I have no idea. I have no idea. I still don't understand, brother, but it's no disrespect. I just don't get what you mean, brother. So yeah, explain yourself. BKN is good, Vince. BKN is good. Like I said, my brother Crypto G is an authority on BKN. Solid project. Nice shit, by the way. And it's awesome. Awesome Wenger, bro. Like French connection. Yo, Mr. Gregory in the building. How's the family doing? Very well, bro. I hope your family is well. I'm on the airport on the way to France. Thank you for the work you do. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated, man. Listen, you're gonna love France. Go to the Champs-Élysées. enjoy pizza Pino. Every what do you call every designer store will have 20 or 30 security guards. You may see regular French riot police, but it is honestly, it's a beautiful, beautiful country, beautiful culture. It's just, of course, just like London, it has its challenges, man. I really like the private group. Vince said, I've been in few. You put in the work, man. I love that comment, bro. Thank you, brother. Much love and respect to you, man. It's if you don't put in the work, man, it becomes wishy-washy, right? Because that's unfortunately a lot of private groups just have one leader there. But over here, we've got a group of intellectuals, I believe, morally, you know, we've got a group of people there that are all caring about how well we do collectively, and that's very rare, bro. But good to have you, man. Yeah, health. I have no idea what the health is. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, Andy on Soul. I'm not. I think Mochi's on base, but Andy on Soul. I wouldn't really take it. Andy on Soul, Andy on base, maybe. But Mochi is decent. Vince bought huge bags of cookie dough. Yes, cookie dough. When did you buy it? Did you buy that in the dip, bro? Stay said, what up, DXB? Much love and respect to you. Thank you, brother. Also a crypto YouTuber and an Arsenal supporter. Stay, let's do, man, we should do a collab, bro. Much love, man. Much love, brother. Definitely, yeah, good luck to your YouTube channel, bro. And yeah, definitely, I wish you all the best, man, because it's not easy creating content, and it's definitely not easy balancing all the egos, bro. You know, you get a lot of people, you know, we are in the public eye, and it does take it away. It does take away sometimes from your other times, but it is also very rewarding when we deliver the right content, bro. But all the best, man. Keep at it. Honestly, make your life's mission to do your video a day to inform your audience, and then everything else falls into place. Omega X Health, solid project. Thanks, brother. I'll check it out. Yeah, thank you, bro. So, guys, listen, I'm gonna go and link. I actually need to go and have a nice, nice evening out with my good friend. Let's go to. How do we get this thing removed? Yeah, I'm gonna go and have a nice evening shisha with my very good brother by the ocean. You know, smoke one for the bull market. But hey, listen, guys, smash a like on your way out. I promised you an hour. I delivered an hour, just under an hour. But yeah, I need to get freshened up. But thank you so much, guys. God bless you all. And maybe we'll do another one tomorrow. We'll do another one tomorrow. But just a summary of this live stream. Any dips on COCORO, eat it up, research the startup token, and definitely, you know, make sure you just look after your portfolio, because regardless of what happens, if you treat that like a business, we will do very, very well together. All right, my friends. Touch some grass and relax. Absolutely, Stephen. Have fun. You too, brother. See you guys. Thank you. God bless you. Good night. Take care, or good afternoon.